Alright guys, so it seems like while I was working through this week, Gameloft released a roadmap where they basically explain what they are about to do within the next updates in this game, and as it seems like we will get a brand new track and a bunch of changes regarding some features, some of which I can already tell you are not that big nor hype deserving as Gameloft tried to make us believe, but either way it's time to have a look at them and see what's coming to Asphalt Legends Unite for the next few months. So let's get into it. Alright, so first things first, we have a brand new track taking place on the City of the Wild. This is Chicago, which is a place I never expected that would arrive to Asphalt Legends Unite in all honesty. Not because I hate Chicago or anything like that, it's just that there are so many places with interesting sites to make tracks around, but I think we all can agree about that. But let's get real here, guys. A new track was expected to drop around this time of the year, basically because every time a Drive Syndicate arrives, we get a new track on this game, and it's been like that for quite a while, so the big surprise here is the location itself, and that's really it. On the other hand, if we have a look at the gameplay of the new track, we can see that first of all, if it's a developer, the one driving this Lycan, I can already imagine why there are some tracks with massive errors, as it's the case of Norway, where on many places just by taking a ramp means that you will respawn and lose time and stuff like that. But being completely fair with the developer driving this car, I have to admit that he's trying his best to showcase the track for us so we can see the details slowly and that stuff. And well, at this point I think that many people know that Gameloft sacked the quality assurance team from the studio in charge of Asphalt Legends Unite, so the dev that you are seeing right now might not even be related to a role close to quality assurance. So leaving this tiny detail aside and looking at the artistic side, the track looks absolutely great, so congratulations in that aspect to those in charge of it. It looks absolutely polished as far as we can tell from this gameplay, and in terms of gameplay and experience, this Chicago track seems to deliver to us all. It seems like we will mostly be driving from one rooftop to the other in straight sections followed by mostly 90-degree turns, which, despite are not my favorite ones, will certainly do the job when giving a bit slower cars the chance to catch up on this track, since this track is definitely a top speed oriented one, and I think that's quite clear, but I will be paying close attention to all your comments below regarding this, of course. Okay, so that's enough yapping about the Chicago track, and now it's time to move into the next main feature, the team racing or the new cooperative mode. Okay, so the first one is the team racing, where two teams of players race in some tracks through several runs, and depending on the position you get when facing the rival team, you will win or lose points once all runs are completed. It's worth noting that you will run with the cars you own in your garage, and there will be 2 teams or 4 people each. And then we will have a new game mode called Boss Mode, where you will run against an AI that will be constantly trying to knock you down, as well as pushing you out of the track, make you wreck and that stuff. So this time I do really think I have to congratulate Gameloft for bringing in something that already existed on this game, but this time as an exclusive game mode, the Drive Syndicate coin runs, but now with more rewards. Okay, that was a joke, but on a bit more serious approach, this game mode doesn't look as bad as a compliment, and I will be definitely having a look once it arrives. Okay, so now that we are about to jump into the multiplayer part of this roadmap, private lobbies now will have a slipstream as an option to race with, aside from classic, and the most important detail. They are finally getting rid of the collision while you play against friends, allowing us to select if we want to run without knockdowns activated or if we want a race in full ghost mode. And honestly, this is something that they should have introduced from the very beginning. But you see, better late than never, so this time it's obvious that Gameloft did the right thing by finally introducing these options. However, and now that we are completely jumping into the new multiplayer rewards, I have to say that I literally expected what I'm about to tell you all, guys. Gameloft will reduce the multiplayer rewards available for all of those who don't get the multiplayer pass. Again, because I don't know if you all remember this, but back when the multiplayer pass was introduced into Asphalt 9 Legends, the multiplayer rewards for all those who didn't want to get the pass were reduced, and now it seems like they are doing this again, by further reducing the rewards for all of those who don't pay, while slightly increasing the rewards for everyone willing to pay the multiplayer pass. I personally don't care this much since I am not planning to get the multiplayer pass for that, but on the other hand it's certainly frustrating because now it would just be harder to get as many blueprints as we used to with the rewards we have, you see, right now. You all are invited to let me know your thoughts about this on the comment section, and if I'm wrong, I will pin the comment that clears this out, but as far as I'm aware, this is a slight nerf for everything but those who pay the pass. And at last but not least, many congratulations to all Nintendo Switch and PlayStation players. Since you can't watch in-game ads because Nintendo and Sony policies protect you against that, Gameloft will give you equal benefits as a player from all the other platforms by giving you 5 free tickets to claim every day, as well as a credit bonuses every time you win a race, and polish refills on the Drive Syndicate hazard levels. However, the downside is that you can only do this 5 times every day. This is, you can only act as if you watch an ad 5 times a day. So it's a small change, but one step at a time, guys. In the future, this might be slightly improved, so it's better to have a little hope. Okay guys, so that was absolutely everything the roadmap said. In all honesty, the first roadmap we ever got, before Asphalt Legends Unite, if I recall correctly, was far more interesting, but I guess that the latest one just does the job as well, and you see at least displays a clear will to try something new as the new cooperative mode shown. Let's remember that through the upcoming week, the patch notes of the upcoming update will be released, and I will be making a video explaining everything in detail to all of you guys, so make sure to subscribe in order to not to miss it out. But now let me know your thoughts about all these new changes, features and that stuff. Make sure to subscribe and drop that massive like if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you really soon as usual with much more Asphalt content. Goodbye guys.